There are under 6,500 painted dogs left in the world. Just a portion of what they were at the turn of the century. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Kuvawoga, as introduced, Operations Director for Painted Dog Conservation. Painted Dog Conservation, its vision is to create a conducive environment where painted dogs can thrive. I'll illustrate today how through your support we've been able to give hope to the dogs. We've been able to give hope to the communities that live with these species through saving one dog and one pack at a time. We are based in Zimbabwe. Our headquarters is in Hwange National Park, and we have a base in Manapus. Hwange National Park is close to my heart. This is where I grew up with my father. He taught me how to conserve, how to be able to coexist with wildlife. At that stage, we were rescuing an African rock python. It had gone into our chicken coop and took 2 chickens. These were meant to celebrate my birthday. You can understand how I felt. But my father really put me down and said, well, we need to put this in a bag. You can see me there, and we release it into the wild. That really set me up for the mentality and the way that I work up to today. In Hwange, you might recognize the gentleman on the far left there. It's also where I met Jealous Mpofu. My dad and Jealous' uncle worked together. And Jealous, from a young age, really became my big brother, also teaching me about being responsible, being resourceful, and not being wasteful. I've told the stories of the time he gave me a good whipping because I had eaten many mangoes that he had said we shouldn't eat. But now that I'm his boss, we sat a bit and had a discussion about that. So this upbringing, where I was taught of how to be resourceful, how to coexist, really came to a head this year. I'll introduce you to Umkhonto Pack. Umkhonto, as a pack, really from 2022 to 2024, it moved from 6 dogs to about 24 this year. It became a big pack because of the work that we've done in the area for over 25 years. But this really gave it challenges as the alpha female. From around May, it was getting heavily pregnant, and it started to move into areas that we had almost a deja vu about what had happened to one of the packs in the past, Mpindotela. They moved into an area that you wouldn't want a pack to den and stay there for 3 months. Mpindotela pack had stayed in that area, and all of the pack members had been hit by cars, caught in snares, and some of the dogs caught 4 to 6 times. And Peter, somewhere in here, had to go and dart and remove snares 3 or 4 times from one of the dogs. So we didn't want that to happen again. By that time, we had already lost 1 dog from the pack, Nelson. So the pack of 22 was now sitting at 21 dogs. The decision-making was getting more and more difficult every day. The alpha female was, at this stage, heavily pregnant. This is a video. The alpha female was at this stage heavily pregnant. If this had played, you would see her running to the water wall. Quite heavy, and we have to make decisions at that stage. Do we keep pushing this dog? What if the pup starts dropping as it is running? Where does it go from here? Does it go to an area where we can't access? Do we have enough people to push the dog? All these were decisions that we had to make on the go. And decisions, indeed, we made. We took a position that what happened to Mpindo Taylor Park was not going to happen in our time. And we moved forward, started and continued to push the dogs outside of the danger zone, including, again, being putting ourselves between the threat and the dogs. That's a video as well, not playing, but we had trucks. Oh, now, there we go. So we had trucks which did not care about what was happening with the dogs going past. And you could see right there, we had to put ourselves between the dogs and the threat that was imminent. Yes. Well, we pushed the dogs, but, you know, we all have our dogs at home. They don't always listen to us, do they? In the middle of the night, after pushing the alpha female right into the park, it went straight back and denned in a dangerous spot. I remember talking to Peter. He's like, David, these dogs are determined to get extinct, I tell you. That was the feeling, but we did not give up. We escalated. We went to the communities and got over 80 plus rangers that we deployed right around the den area. We also went into the communities and did outreach programs, meeting village heads, going to schools, going to shopping areas where we wanted to seek the support of the communities, the continued support that we can get information. And indeed, as we continued with anti-poaching work, removing over 3,000 snares and doing over 860 patrols, we also arrested in this time 7 poachers. 4 of them were bushmeat poachers. And one of them was recently convicted for possession of pangolin scales and python skin for 9 years and 6 months. We had 2 vehicles around the den, and jailers led that effort. We had 2 vehicles, we had 2 trackers, making sure the dogs, if they split on the hunt, somebody is on top of them. Whether it's full moon, 24/7, we had to make sure that we have someone. We went on to spend over $60,000 on this operation, buying top-of-the-range equipment for communication, making sure that we continue to have information coming in, where have the teams patrolled, what have they seen, so that we could continue to manage our operations. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a situation, a big pack that had been successful because of our years of work. But at the same time, it wanted to den in a very, very bad spot. We took action. We made sure that we put, through your support, all the resources that we had. And this effort, as difficult as it was, it led to great success. Today, the 21 adults and the 8 pups are now nomadic, and they have moved from the danger area and into the back, and they are surviving. There they are. It's not an easy feat, but it is one that we know if we cooperate and we work together, not only ourselves and the communities, but through your support, we can definitely achieve more. And in this case, we made the call, and you responded tremendously. We managed to protect this pack, and we are thankful for that. I'll leave you with a quote from Jane Goodall. What you do is important. Sorry, I will not want to misquote Jane here. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. Today, I make that call as I make the who call to you. This is the day when you can choose to be on our side and support not only the dogs, but the communities that we work with. I thank you.